Hello, everyone, welcome to Nails and Beauty Talk. I am your host, Asia the Bird. To have a very special guest with us today, she's a nail artist. Please welcome Laura Sterling, aka Lorb. Hello, Lorb. Welcome to the show.
Hello. So glad to be here.
Glad to have you on the show. So I want to go ahead and start this interview by asking, where are you originally from, and how'd you get started in the nail industry?
So I'm from Austin, Texas, still here. I got started in the nail industry like 3 years ago. It's been like a hobby of mine forever since I was like 14.
Mhm.
But yeah, I just figured out 3 years ago that it can be a career. And I'm like, oh my God, I am down. So I've been doing that and I really like it.
Oh, that's really, really cool. Yeah, I'm kind of
Yeah.
the same way. I started around like when I was like 14, getting into nail art and things like that. So yeah, I'm like 25 now. So I'm like, nail art is like the thing.
Yeah.
So I want to get into like, who are like your favorite nail artists?
Yeah. So the first people that come to mind are definitely like all of my coworkers at Cute Nail Studio. Like they're unbelievably talented. Just I can't even name them all because they're all really good. But
Right.
just everybody of that place is like beyond amazing. I also love the like Pamper Nail Gallery on
Mm,
Instagram. They just do like unbelievably like photorealistic stuff. It's like there's one where they did like Jackie Chan, and I swear they like took Jackie Chan's soul and put it in the nail. It was him. It was literally just his face. I'm like, what? How? How is
mhm.
that a thing? Yeah, so all their stuff just blows me away every time. And there's another one that I think is either Dossie or Docky or something like that. But their art is also just so small, just like little tiny little like anime art that I just, yeah, I'm obsessed with them too. There's so many to name. That's like half my Instagram is just more nail people.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like there's so many like nail artists that have like their own distinct style. Like especially with Pamper Nail Gallery. Her name is Viv Shu.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's like those realistic, like how you said, those realistic nail art sets. She did one like inspired by Encanto as of recently.
Oh yeah, I saw those ones and they like glowed and it was just like, oh my God. Yeah. It's like, what am I even looking at? This
Yeah,
isn't
yeah. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
it's really amazing. And also too, like you look at Spister, you look at Maddox McCullough, who is Ball Pit Nails,
oh
like
yeah.
really, really cool nail designs.
Yeah, she's wonderful. I love anything with just like cartoon illustrations too, like Nails by Dev.
Mhm.
Um yeah, that's my favorite thing to paint. So I like watching other people doing hand painting. That's definitely my favorite.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's really, really cool. Now, how would you now what would you describe your art style? Like how could you describe it?
Yeah, definitely hand painting majority. I like doing like glitter encapsulation too. That's really fun. Like just like lots of glitter encapsulation and then like hand painting on top of that is like my ultimate. And
Mhm.
3D art as well. Sculpting stuff out of like special sculpting gel has been really fun. I'm like big fan of that. But yeah, I love doing anything like cartoon or anime or video game inspired, especially. Um,
Mhm.
I have a lifelong mission actually of doing every single Pokemon at least once on a nail,
Mhm.
which there's like over 900 of them now.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of them.
That's why it's a life mission. I'll probably finish when I'm like 94, but I'll do it. That's my absolute favorite thing to paint is just like little critters and Pokemon.
Mhm. Now, in terms of like gel, do you use like the 3D gel, like the colored 3D gel?
Yeah, yeah. It's this stuff from Amazon. I think it's like air air AI fin, something, I don't know, something like that. Just whenever you search for like 3D sculpting gel on Amazon, it's really cool because you can just like play with it just like clay or anything else
Mhm.
and just put it in the light and it cures and it's like, wow, okay. This is
Yeah, yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm the same way. I love playing with 3D gel because, like how you said, I'm the same way. Like you sculpt it with your hands, and
Yeah,
it's like a clay where you
yeah,
can sculpt it
exactly.
by hand. So I think that's really, really cool with that. Better than acrylic because with acrylic you have to like, you know, you
Wait,
don't have a lot of time to mess with it or sculpt anything with it. So that's what makes it hard.
that's how I got into 3D art, because I was just sitting so bored in beauty school, and I was like, what if I made like a cat head out of acrylic? It's like I just like kind of messed with that, and that was my main method for a long time, until my coworker Tia just like was like, hey, you can use this clay. And I was thinking it was going to be like an oven bake clay or something like that, so I'm like, I don't want to do that. And then I rediscovered it later, and Tia's like, I told you about that, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. But now I love it. Never going acrylic.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, totally. Now, in
Yeah.
terms of working in a salon, so you work at the Cute Nail Studio, which
Mm-hmm.
you talked about earlier. So, what has been your experience working in that salon?
Oh, it's so cool. It's the first salon I worked at. I just went there straight out of beauty school. That was like half the reason that I wanted to be a nail tech, because I saw that there was this amazing pastel rainbow, super cool, like LGBT friendly,
Mhm.
amazing painted art salon. I'm like, this is everything that I love. So I applied there right after beauty school, and they're really cool because they like take in like little baby nail techs and just teach them. And like, I didn't know about the drill, I didn't know like anything. And then I just kind of slowly worked my way up, and now I'm doing like 4-hour claws and like all the things. So yeah, working there has been really cool. I Yeah, I'm pretty good to stay there for a while.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, and that's what's interesting too. But that's the thing also with like beauty school or nail school. So like
Right.
for me, it's a bit different for me because I took cosmetology courses in high school, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how I got my cosmetology license. But of course, with cosmetology or even within nail school, they only teach you like a certain amount of stuff about nails. They don't teach you about the nail drill and a lot of other things.
It's abysmal. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the acrylic. Okay, you're done. Bye. Good luck.
yeah, exactly. So, you know, a lot of stuff, you know, they only teach you like the hours like to pass essentially. They don't teach you the full in depth about like different nail shapes or the nail drill, different nail enhancements and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, that was my experience as well. um, yeah, that would have been cool to do it in high school. That would I definitely didn't know it was like even a career option until like just a few years ago. Um, but yeah, the school itself could use some improvements. I think it's very outdated for sure. They could do like, I mean, I guess on average, most like salons are still doing the standard stuff like acrylics and French tips and things like that. But nail art's definitely getting more and more popular. I think it would be really good to like implement some of that stuff. If we got time, it's like 600 hours. It doesn't hurt, you know?
Mhm.
I appreciated that.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. You make a good point because it's like you want to stay with what's going on now. You want to be current. And that's the thing with like in beauty school or in nail school, you know, it's like you got to be you got to be current with what's going on, not only with nail art but also with like what's coming out with products, especially with different techniques, especially within business. And that's the thing too, you know, we don't know a depth about business, especially with finances. That's the
Yeah,
thing also.
that would have been really cool. I still don't know. I would have loved that in beauty school. Like, oh my goodness. Maybe they didn't and I just wasn't paying attention, but I'm pretty sure I could have learned something better.
Yeah, yeah. So like that's the whole thing with that. Now, what has been your experience in terms of working with clients? So do you give like what the client wants, or do they let you have like creative freedom in terms of nail art?
Oh man, yeah, that definitely varies person to person. I think on average, people come into cute and they're so incredibly overwhelmed by all the possibilities that a lot of times they do an artist choice or something like that. Um, I personally am pretty bad at doing artist choice just because I'm like, I don't know what you want. We probably have completely different styles. A lot of times I just kind of like pick their brain and figure out like, okay, but what do you actually want though?
All right.
That's kind of my secret technique of artist choice. But there are times where there's genuinely just like anything, do whatever you want. and that's fun. That a lot of times they end up with a Pokemon. But I just want to give it to people that like actually would like it and enjoy it. But yeah, kind of a mixed bag of everything.
Mm. Yeah, that's the thing. And you also done like press on nails too.
Yeah.
So what has been your experience like selling press on nails, and how do you go about like with pricing and stuff like that?
Oh man, that is so difficult. My press-on shop has been like pretty abandoned as of late, but it's also I'm not doing a ton to promote it just because I'm like it's a lot to keep up like doing working at a salon and doing press-ons on the side. I kind of like
Mhm.
treasure my free time, and it's like I keep it there as like if anybody happens to want it, you can message me and we'll do some press-ons for you. But yeah, the pricing has been like, oh my god, I'm abysmal at trying to do my own prices because I definitely need to do like value my time more and like how much I should be charging. It feels nails feel more frivolous, but like it's really not. You're sitting there and painting painstaking little lines for hours and hours. And so
Right.
yeah, I reach out to all my other like nail tech peeps and see what they recommend. That's really good to just get a ton of different opinions on it. Cause most of the time your friends will be like, yeah, charge more.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's the thing. Considering that, like you consider like the time and the materials and like the quality of work that you do,
Mm,
you have to charge like what you're worth. And, and even with me, like I'm still learning about charging and the ropes of that, because
yeah.
that's all part of business. So, you have to consider the time and the effort you've put into a set of press-ons, and you
Right.
charge your worth.
Yeah, definitely. That's a big deal. I'm still working on it too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing with that. So in terms of with someone wanting to put their no artwork out there, what are some things you can suggest in terms of marketing their artwork?
Yeah, definitely like putting something I recently figured out is just putting the hashtag like your city and like nail tech or your city and nails and have people reach out to you that way. It's been I don't know. I guess people just kind of, it feels like a lot of luck. It feels like a lot of luck that the Instagram algorithm will pick you. But I think it's the thing that kind of like made my account go over. Like I got a lot more people was I don't know why. I painted like some SpongeBob nails and those just, everyone was like, oh my God, stop the presses. This is the most amazing thing. Everyone follow me. Like,
You're right.
redrawing them and like I can see like people in Mexico like love my SpongeBob nails, and those just kind of like the more popular you get, the more people will see your stuff. So like my stuff that I have right now has way more attention than like things that took little effort like that I made years ago.
Right.
Right. So it's like just kind of I think it's luck and trying to promote yourself with like definitely reels and TikToks, like those are going off. I find myself like mesmerized by TikToks. I definitely know that that's like what makes people notice you. If you do a really fun little, like I love to do ones of my own nails where I'm just like put really fun music in the background and edit
Right.
it with different effects and like making sure the lighting is good. That's a big deal too. Like if someone's doing something and it's just kind of like the nails like far away from the camera and you can't see what's going on, that's a lot less entertaining to watch and like feels more amateur. But if you get like some good invest in some good lighting, that's a really big deal, I think.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Like utilize social media the best you can. And also to like having a website of your work would help as well.
Oh yeah, I should do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I mean, everyone promotes their stuff differently. When you have
right.
a source, of your work, then people can go to and like, oh, that's her work is pretty cool and stuff like that. And your work is really, really cool also. So that's really, really the thing with that. Now, in terms of nail care, I want to get into nail care. So what advice would you give for someone who wants to improve on nail care, especially when dealing with other people's nails?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's all in the removal. That's like, doesn't matter what you put on as long as it's being removed well. That's where the big deal is. So I would say like trying to encourage people to come in every 2 to 3 weeks. I usually say 3 weeks for people. Because obviously when somebody waits like 5 weeks or even like months, then they're so grown out and that's when stuff pops off and then you got rips and yeah, that's no good. So like coming in frequently, of course, being like cuticle oil, you got to do the cuticle oil. People like a lot of people don't even know what it is, like so if as long as you like, I always promote the ones that we have at Cute because they're like, we have some that are in little pins, so it's like, oh, it's portable, you can bring it with you wherever you want, you can take it in the car, you can leave it by your bed, just incorporate it into your routine. That's a big deal with nail care. And yeah, just like definitely doing those removals well, like emphasizing like keeping that base coat on, using a really good base coat, obviously. Like I like the best from the gel bottle, where it's just like a nice thick coat and you're not going all the way down. That seems to be with the drill. That seems to be the big thing that makes your nails suck. It's just taking them all the way on and all the way off again, which I know because of course I do that to my own nails. Like no nail tech treats their own nails with respect. That seems to be the theme that I've noticed. Oh Lord. But yeah, what I would say.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's important to take care of your nails, and also to have to, I got to work on putting on more cuticle oil, especially, because that helps nourish the nails and stuff like that. And the thing is, like, my nails will grow to a certain length and they would chip off. I'm like, oh man. But that's very, very important. Nail prep is very, very important, especially nail prep too, because I remember taking a course from Vanity Projects, which is a salon that's well known in New York City, and they have a location in Miami where they offer nail courses talking about nail care and different avenues of nails that to understand, especially with gel manicures and stuff like that. And that helped a lot, understanding nail prep. That's very important because that helps last with the, that helps the nails last with the gel enhancement or like the acrylic enhancement.
Yeah, definitely. That's a big deal. It's like if your foundation isn't good, then it's not going to stick. It's just as simple as that. Yeah. Having like a good hard gel overlay or acrylic overlay, any kind of extra little something, because I got my nails are like rice paper. They suck. I got bad genetics. So like hard gel overlays or bust for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what are like your favorite nail gel products?
Yeah, so I love Cocoist. That's like what I have the most experience in because that's just what they had at Cute. Like when I get my own stuff, I've kind of I have a bad habit of even if something's crappy, I'm like, I got to get to the bottom of the bottle before I like can earn a new one. You gotta learn to let go. Like it's okay to get something better. Yeah, so like Cocoist, that gel bottle, rubber base, as I was saying. There's one specific color I'm so reliant on in the gel bottle that's called like Milky Way. And it's this really pretty opal, just like clear with opal shine. And like anytime a design's kind of like it needs something. I'm getting that Milky Way again. That's the one. I'm in love with that one. And yeah, other than that, I kind of just haven't had a ton of like testing out of all the different kinds of things. Like I know some nail techs are definitely more adventurous, and for me it's like I kind of just find one that I like and I stick with it and I just try my best. Growing up I just used the lacquer for years to do art, and I was like, I like it like this is my thing. And then finally I tried gel and I was like, oh my god, this is so much better. Like, oh no, all the wasted years. Yeah, a lot of times I just kind of do what other nail techs say. Try what they're doing, and a lot of times that's for the best. I think being more adventurous is a good idea, to try a little bit of everything.
Yeah. I could definitely agree with that. Yeah, acrylic is not my forte, acrylic enhancements. I'm more
Mhm.
of a gel person. I'm more of a nail art person. I'm
Yeah.
into the press-ons, I'm into like the gel art, doing art with acrylic paint,
Mm.
wash and things like that. So that's like my type of forte. So those
Yeah.
are my favorite mediums. So in terms of like, what are like your favorite nail brushes?
I really like my like all reliable is the Winstonia like pink little super thin little brush. I end up using that for like everything. Like probably too much. Like even if it's like a thick line, instead I'm just kind of like absentmindedly like doing it like way too much with the tiny brush. um, but yeah, I like that. I like having like a ratty little cleanup brush. I feel like the uglier your cleanup brush is, the better it works. Like it's like, yeah, I had one in beauty school that I just replaced it finally because it was like so ugly. But it's
Mm,
just, you have like some nail techs use a cleanup brush that's like a long thing, but I like one that's just a blunt little, just little mound of like hair. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but just this is a stupid little ugly brush. That's my recommendation. But yeah, Winstonia is definitely good. My coworker Chow told me that I'm a psychopath for trying to draw like circles with the brush. Like, so I finally started using dotting tools. Sometimes it's okay, you don't gotta work smarter, not harder. That's a big deal. So yeah, every appointment I have my little Winstonia brush. I have like my ratty cleanup brush and my dotting tool.
mm.
Those are the that's how I get it done.
All right, that's really, really cool. Now you also draw too. So like what has been like your favorite like art mediums, especially digital programs to use when you create like drawings and stuff like that?
Yeah, I love drawing on my iPad. I have like the little Apple Pencil and I use Procreate. Like, I think you can use any terrible medium as long as you have the spirit. Like, you can get away with anything like MS Paint or whatever, as long as you're putting all of your work into it. But it does feel good to kind of upgrade sometimes and be like, Procreate was like, what, $8? I don't know. And it's really a nice program. Yeah, I like doing that. I like doing like just kind of pins and markers. Like if I really wanted to, I could probably get those like Copic markers, but they kind of overwhelmed me because there were so many different like you're supposed to like match up the numbers or something with the colors. I don't know.
Mm.
So they were like, well, if you don't want those ones, we also have these like worse quality alcohol ones. And I'm like, great, get me that one. And I like it. It works. That's so yeah, I use ratty pens and pencils, and then Procreate is my favorite app on the iPad for digital art.
Mm. Yeah, that's really, really cool. I hear a lot of people use Procreate. Like for me, I'm more of an Adobe
Oh yeah.
person, so I use like Adobe Illustrator, and also I use this program that's like, it's like $50. It's a one-time
Mhm.
payment. So pretty much you got the program. It's called Affinity Designer. So that's
Okay.
like a digital vector program that I use for a lot of my illustrations and
Oh
things like that.
yeah, that's
So
up.
yeah, that's the thing. Like there's some cool programs and art, out there. I like using pen and ink. There's like this other medium, also called Posca markers. It's like acrylic markers.
Ooh, that sounds so cool. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah.
Like, for me in particular, like I use like black and white, because I
Mhm.
like black and white art, but also they got like different colors you can use and stuff like that. So it's really, really cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. That sounds really cool. Like acrylic markers, that's what you said.
Mhm.
That seems better because having to paint and like clean up your brush and like not like that's a whole thing. That's why I like markers better for that reason. Yeah, any bright, vivid color is good in my book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I like acrylic markers. I like the ink markers and things like that. So those are really cool mediums, for me as well. Now, in terms of like the nail industry, in your perspective, like what is your whole take of the progression of the nail industry and what would you like to see in the industry?
Oh man, I mean, definitely more nail art, like it just letting that become more like mainstream. Like I think probably over half the population just thinks of nails as like a typical nail salon. And I would love for that to change. Like the more people that are getting custom art around the world would be so cool. Like it just makes everything better. I don't know. I really like nail art. That would probably be the biggest thing, is just getting more salons where art is the main focus of it. I think would be cool, because the more you kind of promote it and like show it to the world, the more people can be like, oh, like I like drawing, but like I didn't know I could draw nails for a living. Oh my God. Like I didn't know that. If I could have learned that earlier, that would have been amazing. Have even more time to practice. So yeah, having it steer more in a super artsy direction rather than like, I mean, obviously like the nail care and cuticle work and everything is important too, and getting a good apex and all that. But yeah, I love anything hand drawn. So more of that would be cool.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I love nail art with a passion. And the thing is, like, I love how with the nail industry, there's so many products out and has been out over the years. And the nail industry's evolved so much with the products and, and different ways of how to, understand like the timing of a nail service, just in terms of shortening the time with these different products like UV lamps, the handheld nail drills, and you got nail pots, all types of stuff. And now they got the thin brush gel, long brushes and things like that. So it's really cool to see like how much it's evolved. But of course, the education I think should be continued. And especially like how we said earlier about with beauty school, it has to be current. And I think certain things like blood spill, biohazard, safety and sanitation is very, very important to really learn to understand, whether you work in a salon or own a salon.
Yeah. Gosh. Yeah, that's kind of a big deal. Don't want to contaminate your. Oh, no, that just gives me the heebie-jeebies to even think about it.
Yeah. But I mean, but that's really, really important. You want to make sure that you keep your stuff, your implements clean and things like that. So that's the thing. But I like how, where the nail industry is going and things like that. And especially with fashion too, like nails are becoming a prominent part within the fashion industry. So not only the garment is the statement piece, but also the nails can be the statement piece as well with the garment.
Yes, that's so exciting to me. I am so happy anytime I see a celebrity like tag their nail tech, because it's like, yes, more of that. Like it's been overshadowed so much. I ended up following a lot of like celebrity nail techs just to see like, that's not even something people really considered before, I don't think. But yeah, definitely like Grimes with those like insane press-ons, like super 3D art. Like I love seeing that.
Yeah, it's really, really amazing. Now, how would you define success in your perspective?
Success is definitely like what you make of it. Because probably just like having a good balance in your life, like feels good when you come home. Like I think that would be the most important thing. Obviously it doesn't have to be about money. You don't have to like grind and like get your bread. Like, no, you should probably chill out too. Take care of yourself. Yeah, that would be a successful life. Just looking after yourself and like just kind of taking in what you already have too. Like you could be working to the next goal, but like just kind of taking the time that you have now and think about how nice it is. Like I definitely love to do that.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's what you make of it. And it's also too about that balance, because I like how with our generation now, we're more talking about mental health and how important that is. And especially with self-care. Self-care is important. That's how you maintain that passion for what you love to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so just maintaining that balance. Last but not least, where can people find you on social media and how can people support your work?
Yeah, so my Instagram is Oh My Lorb. Lorb. And then I basically just live on Instagram. Like I have a TikTok that I think is also on my Lorb, but it's just kind of reposted the same thing. But yeah, I just am, half my life is just in Instagram. That's where I am. And yeah, find me at Cute Nail Studio every Monday through Thursday. Please, all the Pokemon people, come find me. I love you all. You make my
yeah. That's the thing. Pokemon is like my childhood.
yes.
Charizard and Squirtle, all the characters.
Endless possibilities for art. I love it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, thank you so much, Lorb, for joining on the show. Like your work is absolutely cool. I love how you're into like characters and like how you said Pokemon and things like that. So, well, thank you so much for jumping onto the show.
Awesome. Yeah, it's been a good time.
All right, well, take care.
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye. Okay, bye. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also, follow me on my social media platforms and visit my website, ASIATHABIRD.com, and be on the lookout for more interviews to come very soon. Take care and stay